Hey, what's going on, guys? Team Fusion here, back with another video. And in today's video, I am doing a Crystal Beast deck profile using all of the new support that we just got in the newest structure deck, Legends of the Crystal Beasts, which included a bunch of new Crystal Beast spells and traps, including a new boss monster of new fusion. Anyways, let's get right into it. Starting things off, I run 3 copies of Crystal Beast Ruby Carbuncle. Each Crystal Beast has its own unique effect and an archetype effect. I'm just going to say the archetype effect here and now, so just for time I don't have to repeat it later on. And the archetype effect is, if this face-up card is destroyed in the monster zone, you can place it into your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell instead of sending it to the graveyard. All Crystal Beasts have that effect. And this thing's a unique effect is, when it's special summoned, you can special summon as many different Crystal Beast monsters in your spell and trap card zone as possible. Now, each Crystal Beast not only is, a crystal, but also is a different color in the rainbow, which becomes important with this deck's boss monster. This card, of course, represents red in the rainbow. The last 3 in this deck is 3 copies of Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus. This thing's unique effect is, when it's summoned, you can place 1 Crystal Beast from your hand, deck, or graveyard and face up into your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell card. Another, it's 3 because it's one of the most important, and this one represents, I think, Indigo. Getting into the other Crystal Beasts, they're all 1-ofs. 1 Topaz Tiger. If it attacks, it gains 400 attack during the damage step only. Only if it attacks, not if your opponent attacks it. And it represents a yellow in the rainbow. 1 copy of Amber Mammoth. When another Crystal Beast monster you control is targeted for an attack, you can change the attack target to this card. And he represents orange in the rainbow. 1 copy of Crystal Beast Amethyst Cat. It can attack directly, but if you do, the damage is halved. This card, of course, represents purple, or violet, in the rainbow. 1 copy of Crystal Beast Emerald Tortoise. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster you control that attack this turn, change the target to defense position, and of course, it represents green in the rainbow. The technically last Crystal Beast, there's 1 more, but it's only really a Crystal Beast by name. And once per turn, you can target 1 Crystal Beast you control, place that target to the top of the deck. And this card represents blue of the rainbow. I sometimes get this one and Sapphire Pegasus mixed. I don't know which one's blue, which one's indigo. But I'm pretty sure this one's blue. Pegasus is indigo. And the last Crystal Beast, 2 copies of Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. If you want to run 3 copies, go ahead. So the first line is its archetype effect. You can only use each of the following effects of Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon once per turn. When an attack is declared involving a Crystal Beast monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can banish this card treated as a continuous spell, special summon level 4 or lower Crystal Beast monster from your deck, but negate its effects, and if you do, add an ultimate crystal monster from your deck to your hand. Basically just searching Rainbow Dragon. Speaking of a Rainbow Dragon, 2 copies of said Rainbow Dragon. This is the boss monster, or the original boss monster before the fusions. Basically, it's always treated as an ultimate crystal card. Cannot be normal summon / set. Must be special summoned from your hand by having 7 Crystal Beast cards with different names on your field and or graveyard. So basically, you can, if they're in your spell and trap card zone, that also counts. This card cannot activate the following effects the turn it is summoned. Quick effect, you can send all Crystal Beast monsters you control to the graveyard. This card gains 1,000 attack for each monster sent to the graveyard. And you can banish all Crystal Beast monsters from your graveyard, shuffle all cards on the field into the deck. Basically, that's just kind of like your last, resort, almost. Plus 4,000 attack, that's always good. Getting into the last monsters, 1 copy of Crystal Keeper and 2 copies of Crystal Master. Pendulum monsters, basically, this one represents Jesse when he was possessed by Yubel. Its pendulum effect, your opponent cannot target ultimate crystal monsters or Crystal Beast monsters you control with card effects. And you can contribute this card out of an ultimate crystal monster, Crystal Beast monster, or crystal spell and trap from your deck to your hand. And 1 Crystal Keeper, basically this one just represents Jesse. Each turn, the first time an ultimate crystal monster or Crystal Beast you control would be destroyed by a card effect that turn, it is not. If a Crystal Beast monster you control battles an opponent's monster during the damage step, or damage calculation, I should say, sorry. Quick effect, you contribute this card from your hand or face up the field. Your battling monster's attack and defense become double its original during that damage calculation only, but it is not destroyed at the end of this damage step. But it's destroyed at the end of the damage step. Sorry, I can't read. Getting into the spell cards, one of the newest spell cards, 3 copies of Rainbow Bridge of Heart. So basically it allows you to get another normal summon of a Crystal Beast monster in addition to your normal summon / set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. You can only use each of the following effects of Rainbow Bridge of the Heart once per turn. During your main phase, you can destroy 1 Crystal Beast card you control or in your hand. And if you do, add 1 Crystal Spell and Trap from your deck to your hand. If a Crystal Beast card is placed in your Spell and Trap card zone, even during the damage step, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, or return both that card and this card to the hand. Next up, 3 copies of Awakening of the Crystal Ultimates. This is another one of the new cards. Reveal 1 Ultimate Crystal monster in your hand, then activate 1 of these effects. If you control an Ultimate Crystal, you can activate 1 or 2 of these effects in sequence instead, and do not have to reveal a monster. Well, yeah, it makes sense if you control it. Take 1 Rainbow Bridge or 1 Rainbow Refraction from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. I don't run Rainbow Refraction, unfortunately. Special summon 1 Crystal Beast monster card from your hand, deck, or Spell and Trap card zone. You can only activate 1 Awakening of the Crystal Ultimates per turn. Getting into cards that aren't new, but are still good in this deck. 3 copies of Crystal Bond. Basically the artwork's Jessie and Ruby Carbuncle. Very cute. Add 1 Crystal Beast monster from your deck to your hand, and then place 1 Crystal Beast monster with a different name from your deck into your face-up Spell and Trap card zone as a continuous spell. You can only activate 1 Crystal Bond per turn. It's basically a search power and helps out by putting a Crystal Beast in your Spell and Trap zone. Next up, 3 copies of Rainbow Bridge. Basically, Rainbow Bridge of the Heart is like a retrain of this. And what it does is it adds a Crystal Spell and Trap from your deck to your hand. Basically more search. Getting into the one-of spells I run. 1 of the new Crystal Aegis. Target a Crystal Beast monster card you control, destroy it, and special summon 1 Crystal Beast token with the destroyed monster's original type, attribute, level, attack, and defense. And if a Crystal Beast card is placed in your Spell Trap card zone while this card is in your graveyard, even during the damage step, you can banish this card, special summon 1 Crystal Beast monster from your Spell and Trap zone. You can only use the effect of Crystal Aegis once per turn. Now, I think, once you activate this and destroy Crystal Beast, this card's in your graveyard immediately, and then Crystal Beast gets put in your Spell and Trap card zone, so you can basically use that graveyard effect, immediately after. I might be wrong there. Next up, 1 Crystal Promise. Target 1 Crystal Beast in your Spell and Trap card zone, special summon that target. Simple, good. 1 Crystal Beacon. Special summon 1 Crystal Beast monster from your deck. You must have 2 or more Crystal Beasts in your Spell and Trap card zone to activate this effect. Basically, just summon Ruby Carbuncle and get the Crystal Beasts back from your Spell and Trap zone. Last for the spells, 1 copy of the field spell, Ancient City Rainbow Ruins. You must have this many Crystal Beasts cards in your Spell and Trap card zone to activate and resolve these effects. 1, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. 2, once per turn, including the opponent's, you can have the battle damage you take. Okay. 3, when a spell trap card is activated, you can send 1 Crystal Beast monster you control to the graveyard, negate the activation if you do destroy it. Okay. Once per turn, during your main phase, you can draw a card. Once per turn during the main phase, you can target 1 Crystal Beast card in your Spell and Trap card zone and summon it. In my original Crystal Beast deck, I didn't run this, so I'm reading it for the first time. Next up, going into traps now, 2 copies of the new Crystal Mirage, or Crystal Miracle, I can't read, sorry. When a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated, destroy 1 Crystal Beast card you control, and if you do, negate that activation if you do destroy that card. If a Crystal Beast card is placed in your Spell and Trap zone while this card is in your graveyard, even during the damage step, you can banish this card, place 1 Crystal Beast monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard, face up in your Spell and Trap card zone as a continuous spell. You can only use this effect of Crystal Miracle once per turn. One of the new traps, Counter Trap, pretty cool. 1 copy of Crystal Brilliance. One of the new traps can only control 1 Crystal Brilliance. Each Crystal Beast monster you control gains attack equal to its original defense. If a Crystal Beast card is placed in your Spell and Trap card zone, even during the damage step, you can send this face-up card to the graveyard, special summon 1 Crystal Beast monster from your hand or graveyard. Also, any damage you take this turn is halved. 1 copy of Crystal Boon, another new trap card. Special summon up to 2 Crystal Beast monsters from your Spell and Trap zone, and if you do, gain life points equal to their combined original attack. Not bad. If a Crystal Beast card is placed in your Spell and Trap card zone while this card's in your graveyard, even during a damage step, you can manage this card, execute the top card of your deck, and if it is a Crystal Beast monster, either add it to your hand or special summon it. Otherwise, send it to the graveyard. Bit of a gamble, but I wanted to run like at least one of the new cards. Getting into the last two trap cards that are not new. One, Crystal Conclave. Once per turn, if a face-up Crystal Beast monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one Crystal Beast monster from your deck. You can send this face-up card from the field to the graveyard, and then target one Crystal Beast you control and one card on the field, return them to the hand. You cannot activate these effects on the same chain, or in the same chain. Last card of the main deck, Ultimate Crystal Magic. Basically the fusion card of this deck. When your Crystal Beast monster is destroyed by battle, you can send 7 Crystal Beast cards with different names from your hand, deck, and or face-up field to the graveyard. Special summon one Ultimate Crystal Fusion monster from your extra deck. This is treated as a fusion summon. If a face-up Ultimate Crystal monster you control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effects, you can banish this card from your graveyard, place any number of Crystal Beast monsters from your graveyard face-up in your spell and trap card zone as continuous spell cards. Next up, one copy of Rainbow Overdragon. Basically the card that you're going to use Ultimate Crystal Magic on. It requires 7 Crystal Beast monsters. It's always treated as an Ultimate Crystal card. Must either be fusion summoned or special summoned by tributing one level 10 Ultimate Crystal monster, in which case you do not use polymerization. Once per turn, you can banish one Crystal Beast monster from your graveyard. This card gains attack equal to the banished monsters until the end of this turn. Quick effect, you can tribute this fusion summoned card, shuffle all cards on the field into the deck. Basically like Rainbow Dragon. The last card in the extra deck, and the last card of this deck, is the newest boss monster, Ultimate Crystal Rainbow Dragon Overdrive. That name's a bit of a mouthful. 4,000 attack, like Rainbow Dragon. It requires one Ultimate Crystal monster plus 7 Crystal Beast monsters. Must be special summoned from your extra deck. During a duel, you summoned an Ultimate Crystal monster by banishing the above monsters from your hand, field, or graveyard. Yeah, that's a lot. While 7 or more Crystal Beast monsters with different names are banished, this card gains 7,000 attack, with a potential of a lot. I think that's 11,000. If this card has not battled this turn, quick effect, you can tribute this card, shuffle as many cards on the field back into the deck, and if you do, special summon any number of banished Crystal Beast monsters. Not bad, it's honestly really good. And of course, with the new structure deck, you got these 3 cool tokens. The Crystal Beast token, Jesse Anderson, Bonder with the Crystal Beasts, and Jesse and Ruby, Unleashing the Legend. I like all 3 of these tokens, they're super cool. And if you have liked this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload. And if you want, you can throw a comment down in the comment section below, and I will read it. Bye.